Oh man, I need to drink some water. My voice is gone because I've been talking a lot lately. Yeah. Why, hello, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. It's Friday. Happy Friday. You know, this is the beginning of the week. I'm sorry, the beginning of the weekend. Enjoy your weekend as much as you can. It's getting warm. The weather is getting better here in Pennsylvania. It's almost springtime. So we're literally transitioning from winter time and springtime. So you know, it's been raining a lot lately. Plus, the sun is just, it feels so good on the skin. So happy Friday. And thank you guys one more time for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Every single one of you, shout out to you. Make sure to hit the like button as you join the chat, and also let me know where you're tuning in from, and I will really appreciate it. So you guys know what time it is. We talk about farming here in my channel. But let me introduce myself first. If you happen to find me for the very first time, my name is Mervell. I'm from Congo. I do business in Congo. I got a farm that I'm running, although I'm still building it. So if that sounds like something you're more interested in, stick around. Make sure you go back and check out all my other videos, and I will really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get straight to this day to the day's live stream. All right, you guys. The title, it's self-explanatory. Why should you start a farm in Congo in 2024? If we want to talk about the reasons, man, well, this live stream will never end because there are so many reasons that you should start a farm in Congo, especially in Kinshasa in 2024. The availability of land, the market, the list go on and on and on. All right. So there is variety of reasons where you should pull the trigger in 2024, right? So if we think about even competition, there isn't competition out there. Like there aren't famous farmers that I can think off the top of my head in Congo, other than the former president of Congo, who owns vast lands in Congo Central, and he farms cows, pigs, all sort of animals. But we're not talking about these multi-billionaires, all right? Because these guys have reached a certain level of wealth that we can't compare ourselves to them. But I'm talking about regular working people, right? Who have farming ambitions, farming goals. We're talking about things like that. Or people, you know, Congolese in the diaspora who are involved into farming and things like that, all right? These are the class that we are talking about. We talk about those individuals specifically. They are no competition. Therefore, it leaves a door open to the market. You're not going to be competing with anyone. Kinshasa is one of the major capitals in Africa. It's big, all right? You have people from all over Kinshasa. I mean, if you organize yourself in a way that you really are determined to win in farming specifically, the markets are there. Personally, not only that I'm building my farm and I want to have the means of making money when the time is right, I am considering transportation. Transportation is a very significant commodity that you will need moving forward as you run your farm. My idea specifically is going above and beyond, doing things that a lot of farmers are not doing, even though there isn't really no real competitions there in farming sector in Kinshasa, right? Having the means of transportation will expand your reach, okay? Kinshasa is massive. You know what I'm saying? If you can transport your livestock, for instance, to many different local markets, right? Without having to worry about someone driving all the way down to pick them up. And also keep in mind when somebody drives to pick up animals on the farm, understand you're not going to charge them the transportation fee any longer because of the distance where they're coming from, okay? Keep in mind everything is paid for because when you're charging your products, you also have to take into account the amount of money you have spent on transportation, the amount of money you have spent on animal feed, and so forth. So if you keep track of all of these things, it'll give you a clear idea of what you will have to charge, right? So for instance, I own my farm in Congo, which is far past Ntele, right? From there to reach Center City, it's a good hour and an hour and maybe 30 or 40 minutes drive. So if you have to drive to every single one of the major markets in Kinshasa to do your delivery, that is additional money right there, and also opening possibility of reaching people that's like in the far west of Kinshasa. You see what I'm saying? So that right there is enough to justify why you should start a farm in Kinshasa or in Congo in general, because of number one, the growing population and the demand of animals, depending on what you are planning on, animals that you're planning on raising, because pigs, goat, and chickens are one of the most popular animal that is consumed in Congo, right? But those are a popular animal in the world anyway. But more specifically, I have discussed in one of my videos how you would need, if you go to bars, you go to like places where they host public events and festivals and things like that, they have in every corner like shops where they grill pigs, chicken, and goat, and so forth. Because when party growers, people are going out there to have fun, drink alcohol, they order food along with it. And in Congo, one of the most popular, it is our traditional way of making goat meat and chicken, what they call poulet mayo and so forth. So if you have access to this corner, just imagine how much money you could be bringing in, okay? I come from a family where my father, he was a businessman and he owned a variety of things. We owned bars. When I say bars, it's the plural, right? He owned multiple bars and all hotels or whatever. So I can only speak on behalf of bars because one of my residences in Congo, it had a bar on the first floor, right? And on the corner there, my dad had hired a guy who was like butchering, goats and pigs, depending on the nights or what the customers are demanding, right? And we made pretty good money, excuse me, off of it. And this was years ago. So now we know like that the market and the urge and the demand continuing to grow. I guarantee you, if you're visiting in Kinshasa, you go to a bar, if you drink, you consume alcohol, you're just chilling there. And if they don't have like a little spot nearby where they grilling pigs or goat or chicken, people are not gonna sit there. They're gonna want to. I'm not saying every bar has one, But like if you know that has become more of the way of doing business. If you're really serious about making more money, right? And people are doing so, and they are successful. They're doing that. Please, if you're watching the video, do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I will really appreciate it. Just hook the brother up. Thank you very much. So the market is very, very alive. If you're planning on starting a farm in Kinshasa in 2024, you will not have to worry about competition, number one. You won't even have to worry about, oh my God, when am I going to get the land? Are the lands available? Of course. Land is always available in Congo. In the area where I own my farm, I can't even tell you how many lands are on sale. Like how many people are selling their land. So if you really want to acquire a piece of land, it's there. And again, let me repeat this. The competition is very, it's something that you shouldn't even be worried about. Compared to other Eastern African countries like Kenya, Uganda, farming is very, very competitive there. But in Congo, there aren't farmers who that I can think off the top of my head who's really farming in a commercial scale and they are known like that. There aren't that many. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to be concerned about whether the market is there for you or not, that is out of the question. The problem it is when. That is the question you should be asking yourself. If you're ever considering farming in Congo, just ask yourself, when am I going to be able to start? Now, let me get back again. Just do me a favor. All right? I'm not asking for your money over here. All right? I'm just asking you to be gentle, to be kind, and hitting the like button. And that's all. You know what I'm saying? I know YouTube is not a charity. I'm not here on YouTube asking for people's money. I'm here to motivate as many Congolese and I can possibly motivate. And I count on you to share these videos so we can reach a broader audience of Congolese out there and other Africans. So just do me a favor, hit the like button. It goes a long way with the YouTube algorithm and everything. And I really appreciate it. So please kindly let me know where you're tuning in from, and I will also appreciate that. Thank you so much. So these are one of the reasons why you would consider starting a farm in Congo, Kinshasa in 2024. We've all been there, procrastinating everything. You are wondering, you really want to do something, but then you're continuing to procrastinate. I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to do it the year before, after that. Oh no, when I'm done with this credit card debts that I have, I'm starting farming. Well, let me tell you something. Problems will never go away. As human beings, we always have problems that we got to deal with. There's always an issue. When you're done with one situation, another one will pop up that you will have to deal with. It is in our human nature to be problem solvers, all right? We are solving problems every single day. Don't limit yourself or put yourself in a situation where you are hoping for things to get better before you are able to start farming or to start a project. If that is your mindset, I promise you it'll never happen. I do promise you that. I used to be one of those people that said that, right? I used to say that, oh, I'll do it next year. I'll do it the year after that. You know what? I'm so determined. And I kept saying it for so long, and years went by. I'm like, hold up. How long have I been talking about this? I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not going to wait any longer until I have money. I'm just going to get started. The moment I got started, it gave me something to spend money on. And that's when I realized that I needed to cut down on unnecessary expenses, things that didn't matter, things that I thought were necessary that I was spending money on. I just cut all of those things down. I'm spending money on things that will matter the most, that are build that were on things that are building wealth, like generational wealth. So when eventually I decide to leave United States and to go settle in Congo, I will have a source of income coming from farming or something else. Since I have made the decisions that I wanted to start a farm or something in Congo, I'm not bragging, but if I have to do the math, the investment that I have already made, all right, and the amount of money I've already spent, if I have to sell all my properties that I own now in Kinshasa, which at the moment I'm recording this video, I have two residential properties and one 25-acre farm. So with the money that I have invested in it so far, I can easily, after selling everything, easily have at least between 70 to 80 grand in my hands. Easily. So I'm 32 years old. I am working towards my retirement. I'm not waiting till I'm in my late 40s so I can start working on that. But I am building something for myself. And here I'm talking about myself, okay? I'm not talking about what my dad's left behind for us. I'm the kind of dude that I don't really rely on what someone else has worked hard for. I understand as a child I have the rights to inherit what my parents left behind for us. But at this point, before even I think about what I have, what we inherited from my father when he passed away, but I can't think about it because my mom is still alive. She's still around. Okay, she has to enjoy everything that she and her husband have built. So that's out of the equation. I am counting on what I am able to do. For me, if you ask me, I think that's pretty impressive. And I'm talking about money that is there. And if I really wanted it, I could just go ahead, sell all of these properties and get it. And keep in mind, because I believe I'm a reasonable and smart person. Land values continue to increase every year. That's why the value are continuing to increase. And let alone, I've already started investing on these lands. I have built a pig barn on my farm. Now I just built a one-bedroom house, which I'm gonna share those videos with you, which is going to be complete next week. All right, and the value of the land is now has doubled. And if I have to charge, if somebody is interested in buying it, I'm not saying this because I want to sell it. I'm just saying this in worst case scenario, something happens in the future and I feel the need to sell it. This is how much money I'm looking at. All right. And all my two residential properties, when I first bought the one back in 2020, it only cost me like near almost 16,000 US dollar. All right. Now, years later, but without even investing anything, now I'm looking at 23 grand if I want to sell it to someone else. The second one I bought, I just fenced it up. It's a brick fence and everything. When the moment is right, I will share this with you. But I'm just sharing this with you as a means of me trying to convince you to invest in lands in Congo. And the second one, I bought it in 2022. This cost me 14,000 US dollar, but I spent $3,200 for the fencing of it and the gates and everything. Right now, I had already started building a one-bedroom apartment. So I think I've shared this with you guys. Every time I fly to Congo, I spend over 1,600 for the 2 months I stay there for the most part at someone's apartments. It's really good. It's a furnished apartment. It's really nice, but I can't keep doing that. That's why I had made the decision to do so. Right now, it's almost about to be complete, and I've spent 3 grand so far, and I'm going to keep spending money until the end of it, until it's complete. By the time that it is complete, without even building all these other apartment complexes that I have in mind, that property, it's not worth 14,000 US dollars anymore. That property is that property is now, after what I've the building and all of that, the lease is going for is probably $45,000 the least, because the value is increasing, plus the investment I have made on the land is worth what it's worth now. So just think about it for a second. I don't just talk about these things because of the pleasure of being on YouTube and having my face seen by people out there, but because I believe in these things. And I'm a navigator of it. So now these things are around. They're not making me any money, but they're already building my portfolio, right? But eventually when I'm done building these and I start renting it out, I will not only have a residual income that I can rely on, fall back on, but I also have an asset that can open up variety of doors for me if I want to do X, Y, and Z. All right. There are credit system in Congo that exists, but a lot of people don't know about this. I'll talk to you about this more in depth in a separate video. If you're interested in that, just let me know, because I've never personally borrowed money through these banks, but I have people, close to me who have used the services, and they borrow money, they help them out, they did things. But you will have to prove that you can pay it back. With property ownership, it's one of the easiest way to get these loans. So keep that in mind. I'm in a position where if I want to go there and get $100,000, I can. But I'm not gonna do that to myself. You always start small and work your way up. So with what I already own, I can easily go down there without needing anyone to co-sign for whatever reason. I can just easily get the money and get something started. But I am developing more of a mindset where I want to be independent. I don't want to rely on debt so much. I want to be able to do things straight out of my pockets and not worrying about paying anyone back at the end of the day. These are the sort of mentality that we have learned here, especially living in the West. But because sometimes in life you just need to borrow, and if it's used intelligently, I'm sure you can just build equity and make profits, pay back, and you still have your capital and you move your way from there. All right, it's possible, but at the same time you're getting taken advantage of. Just keep that in mind. Guys, one more time, do me a favor, hit the like button. All right, hit the like button, share the video with a friend, and I will really appreciate it. Just do me a favor, let me know in the comment section where you're tuning in from, and I will really appreciate it. All right, you guys, so there you have it. Those are one of the reasons why I'm telling you that it is very imperative that you consider farming in Congo in 2024. Just take the time to analyze things that I've said and let that sink in. All right, don't let anybody fool you. We are all of us here are in the West. Yesterday I went live where I talked about the decline of the Western powers. The West as we know it is done. It's over. We have officially entered the multipolar world. The US currency is still the most powerful currency in the world, but not for too long. Days of American being imperial power, being the superpowers, are numbered. Whether they like it or not, that's the reality. We imagine Iran confiscating a US ship loaded with oil in the Mediterranean Sea. Literally. The United States of America, bruh, there will be, America, they also know that they can't just mess around with Iran like that. Iran has the military and the capability of sinking every single US Navy ship on the way to Iran. They won't make it, not even close. And they know it. That's why they're not going to mess with Iran. Because enough is enough. Everybody's got sick and tired of it. So to all of my Congolese people out there who got so comfortable living in the West and thinking that they will never go back. And I'll tell you this, I also personally have friends who have this talking points. What am I going to do when I go back to Africa? I'm never going to go back there. Blah, blah, blah. They talk all kinds of smacks, right? I am very, very happy, and I thank God the way things are unfolding in geopolitics. Now it is giving us a warning that, hey, when you have a chance, when them dollars to hit in your bank account, this is the time for you to invest. This is the time for you to take actions. Because the West, collectively as we know it, it ain't the same no more. Make no mistake, it ain't the same no more. Because if you think 1 second that magically they're just going to figure out a way to remain on the top, well, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, you fucked. All right, excuse my language. You screwed. So before it's too late, whatever, a little bit of the time you have left and the money you have saved, I would highly encourage you to invest that money back where you came from. The place you will always be safe. Yes, I agree. There are a lot of things we need to fix in Africa. There are so many things that our governments need to work on. Okay? But is that enough to deprive yourself the privilege of running business in your home country? I don't think so. Think about that. It is finally time that we open our eyes and invest, acquire lands, and take control of our economies. Guys, no one else can do it if we do not do it. I spend time on YouTube watching videos on news or whatnot. There was a guy who, by the way, is one of the U.S. businessmen who recently in one interview openly claimed that Africa needs to be recolonized. You know why? What gives them this leeway? What gives them this level of arrogance to talk down on Africa in the way that they do? Because they don't take us seriously. So now you have to ask yourself, I'm living abroad. I'm making money here, but I know damn well that money ain't never gonna be enough to invest in anything here. You buy a house, you gotta pay, you on a payment plan for 30 fucking years. Nobody, I mean, at least, you know, where I'm in the area that I live here in the US, that I know of who have bought a house straight. They say a house costs $300,000 and they go to the bank, boom, 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 $300,000 cash, and they got a house. No. Most of them, they will buy a house on credit. They give you 30 years. So when you're buying a house, think about this. You got 30 years to pay it off. I understand you don't have to stay there for the 30 years. You can stay there for 5 or for 6 years and decide to sell if you have built your equity and have a little bit of the money left. But when you purchase the land back at home, you don't owe no taxes on it, like property taxes on it. You don't even have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. Because here, buying a house is more like an extortion. Let alone starting a business, forget about it. You are conditioned to work, pay taxes, have enough money to buy groceries, keep a roof to your head, that's all. You ain't never gonna make it here, like ever. Because that car you drive, we both know it's on credit. The house you live in, we both know is on credit. What happens if you lose your job? That pays you a decent amount of money to afford the house you live in. Then what? I'm just telling you the truth, man. Because I live here. I know the system, so Don't bullshit. You can bullshit friends and family members back at home that don't know what's going on out here, but you can't bullshit me. All right? You don't even have to do the things that I'm doing. I'm just doing this out of a goodwill because I want more of us to move back. Because if more of us go back down there, we're building, we're starting businesses, it's going to, it has an impact in these communities that we're doing these things from. Okay? And in the process, you are winning. Your land values are continuing to increase. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. Come on, man. Live stream has been going on for half an hour and nobody has shown love. So hit the like button. Oh well, at this point, I mean, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, but that's still not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. And for those of you that support my channel, really, I really appreciate you. Continue to come back to watch my videos, and it really, really means a lot. Make sure you keep those alerts turned on. I have videos that I'm going to release really soon, and I hope you enjoy this live stream. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I'm pulling up to work in a second, and I'll see you before the end of this weekend. Peace out. Have a fantastic day.